In section 3.4, we will interpret systems of equations. The goals of the lesson are to write systems of equations given a description and also to solve the system using the method of your choice. So please take a minute to read through example 1. Now, one thing we want to look at right away is the definition of these different variables. They're talking about that A represents the amount of the admission fee and R is representing the skate rental fee. So we have admission and we have the rental fee. Now, as I'm looking through this scenario here, we have one scenario where John paid admission fees for his 6 nephews and rented 5 pairs of ice skates. So the admission for the 6 nephews is going to have to go with our variable for A. So we have one equation that's going to have a 6 with an A, and then it says that he had to rent 5 pairs of skates, and that's going to go with the R. So right now I'm looking for 6A plus 5R. And I see that in C right now. I don't really see that anywhere else. So right now I'm already thinking that C is the correct answer, but we're going to continue to look at that. And then it says that he paid $32. So it's good that 32 is in line with this equation. And then our second person paid admission price for 7 people and rented 5 pairs of ice skates. So the 7 has to go with A, the 5 has to go with R, and then the total price there was $35.25. So here C will be the correct answer. It's not asking us to solve this system. If we were going to solve it, we would probably multiply the top equation or the bottom equation by -1 and solve from there. So take a minute to read through example 2. And again, we want to look at the definitions for the 2 variables. N is the number of nickels, D is the number of dimes. So one thing I'm looking at here is I see that I've got one equation that must be talking about the money, because we know that a nickel is worth 5 cents and a dime is worth 10 cents. So it's making sense that there is a 5 or a 0.05 with N in all these different scenarios. And then for the 10 cents, we've got that 0.10 with D. Something to keep in mind here is that because our answer, what it's equivalent to in this scenario, and this scenario is talking about $4.45, then that means that we need the numbers that are in front of N and D to be in terms of dollars. And that's why we are going to have to eliminate option C here, because this would be saying that it was $5 for the nickel and $10 for the dime. So it's definitely going to have to eliminate that, and we have really 2 options at this point, again, because it's not going to be equal to the 60 right here. The 60 is talking about the total number of coins, not their value. So in that case, we want it to just be the nickels plus the dimes have to add up to 60, and that's why this answer is going to be A. Now for example 3, again, read through this problem and see if you can determine the answer here. So here they give us the 2 equations. We know that X is representing the number of true-false questions and Y is representing the number of multiple choice questions. They also talk about the value of each one, and then it's actually solved for us. They tell us that the solution is 15, 5. So now we're just interpreting the meaning of that. Well, we know in an ordered pair that this should be written as X, Y. So our X value, which is the true-false question, is 15. So that's making me think that there are 15 true-false questions. So far I'm thinking that it's B or it's D. And then our other part is 5, and 5 is talking about the multiple choice questions. So between B and D, it is going to have to be B. And there are 2 homework assignments for section 3.4. One is going to be in Delta Math and the other is a worksheet.